So I just recently rewatched Marab versus Sean O'Malley, and after seeing that fight and rewatching it again, there are actually quite a bit of ways where Sean O'Malley can win this match. I'll explain that a little bit more, but before I get into it, if you guys can, please hit the subscribe button and let's shoot for 10 likes on this video. Anyways, let's get into it. So to kind of give you, just to talk about a little bit of the first fight, right? You know, Marab won by unanimous decision, but things I picked up on with Sean O'Malley, which will help within the second fight, is Sean O'Malley when he gets taken down. If he gets taken down, near the fence, Sean O'Malley is actually able to get himself back up. We've seen that within that fight. The times that Sean O'Malley actually had trouble getting up, you know, and especially with where Marab won the rounds was when Sean O'Malley was actually in the middle of the cage where he didn't have the fence to get himself back up. That's where Marab actually dominated his rounds, which I believe were 2 and 4, if I'm not mistaken, where it was taken down and he had the ground control, and it was pretty decisive who won those rounds. And and that's where I feel like Sean O'Malley, the biggest X factor heading into this fight. Well, we're gonna just get into it. The number one thing is his takedown defense. His takedown defense has to be on point, and if he does get taken down, you know, get near the fence, get back up like that. Because he did that multiple times in the Marab fight the first time, where when he was near the fence, like I mentioned before, was able to get back up. So I feel like that's the number one most important thing if you're Sean O'Malley to focus on within this fight. I would say the second most important thing for Sean O'Malley in order to win this fight is keeping the striking at a long distance. A long enough distance to where it still connects at the end of his punches and end of his kicks. And he was actually being very successful with that in the first round against Marab. And Marab had a tough time trying to take him down when when Sean O'Malley was at a long enough distance between him and the opponent. And so if he keeps at a long enough distance, yeah, it will cause Marab a lot of trouble. Just generally when you grapple, you want to be kind of closer to go and shoot for a takedown versus being let's say like 5 feet apart for just throwing out there. Let's say like 5 feet apart. You don't want to be 5 feet apart trying to go for a takedown. It's a lot harder to do versus when you're closer up to your opponent. And I think that would be the second most important thing within this next fight. And the last thing to prioritize, honestly, if you're Sean O'Malley, yes, mix it up, but I would try to attack the body as much as I can. Obviously, not overdoing it to the point where he catches on and takes you down, but in the fifth round, for the example, right, when Sean O'Malley went against Marab, Marab got hurt in the body, late in the fifth round. And I feel like if he attacks that and kind of just builds onto it throughout the whole fight, it's going to hurt Marab and will slow him down, throughout the fight. And I think that's the goal if you're Sean O'Malley is to kind of slow Marab down to potentially, get that decision win or maybe knock him out. And so, yeah, those are my three things I think that are important for Sean O'Malley to do in order to win this fight coming up. If you guys agree with me or guys have any more, factors in this fight that you think Sean O'Malley should do to, win this fight, let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. But anyways, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.